Welcome back to Gallo Arena in Bourne, where we are here for Game 2 of a MyHockeyLive doubleheader. Division II state semifinal between the Medfield Warriors and the Wellesley Raiders. Game 1 in the books, the Falmouth Clippers, 6-2 winners over the Burlington Red Devils. They have clinched their spot at the TD Garden on Sunday. They will face the winner of this game. Will it be the Warriors? Will it be the Raiders? We will find out over the course of the next 45 minutes of hockey. I am Jake Levin, joined alongside once again by Falmouth Clippers men's coach, Paul Moore. Paul, welcome back.
Thank you, Jake. Looking forward to a nice battle here between Bay State and Southeastern Mass Girls League West Division champions, Medfield.
Bay State Conference, one of the few conferences in all of Massachusetts that sponsors a full girls hockey league. Lots of schools combined to form, co-op leagues, if you will. The Bay State, all 12 of their member schools have teams. So Wellesley, yes, they are battle tested. Not to sell Medfield short. The game is underway with Wellesley advancing the puck. That was Cicely Doctor advancing the puck. And the Wellesley attacking zone. Wellesley in black uniforms with red shoulders. Medfield in their home whites with some navy blue and baby blue trim. That's Doctor firing on net, and a save made by Skylar Flynn, the freshman goaltender for the Warriors.
Big task tonight, Jake, for Medfield to slow down that top line of Burlington.
In the neutral zone, that's Michelle Beggin. She's one of the co-captains of the Warriors. Starting goal tonight for Wellesley is Megan King. She is a senior. Play through the neutral zone. No shots on goal for either team yet. We're just a minute in, of course. Feeling each other out.
Jake, Megan King sporting a stingy 1.56 goals against average. She's going to be tough tonight.
Not all that shabby there, Paul. Not all that shabby at all. We've already witnessed one amazing goaltending effort tonight. That was, of course, by Madison Scavato of Falmouth, holding the mighty Burlington offense to just 2 goals, none of them from Kelly Brown, who had 50 in the regular season.
I don't think anyone would have predicted that, Jake. Shutting down Brown was certainly key to the Falmouth attack, strategy and attack.
Early on here, a lot of play in the Medfield attacking zone. That was Lindsey Brown ripping off a shot from just outside the circle in front of the goal, but a save made by King.
Nice work down low by Brown. She did a nice job coming off the half wall and down in front of the net to give herself a nice scoring opportunity.
One thing I'm noticing already, Paul, is that these benches are deep. There's just lots of players on the benches. I feel like maybe even more than we saw in the Falmouth-Burlington game.
Yeah, certainly. Medfield sporting, I believe, 26, 27 players over there, and Wellesley's probably not that far behind.
Medfield turns puck over, and here comes Doctor. Doctor up ice by herself. Doctor with one woman to beat. Ball defended by Meredith Cox, a junior defenseman. She sticks with the puck and tries to backhand, and it's wide of the goal mouth. Medfield up the other way. It's Becca Brown. Becca Brown over to Camille Phelan. Phelan will dump it in. Full line change for the Warriors.
Nice job, Kroll, on defense here from Medfield against Doctor. She's the one they're going to need to stop tonight. She comes in with an impressive stats with 27 goals and 19 assists.
That was Kristen Reardon flying up ice and turning on the brakes at the blue line, dumping it in, but gave it right away to Doctor. Wellesley leading the charge up ice, give and go pass. Bradley's going to track it down. Far corner. A couple of bodies fall down. Going after the puck is Bradley again. Batted away by Brown. Near half wall. Again, a collision. Seems like this is already more of a physical game than the last one.
Well, they're certainly letting them play.
Just over 3 minutes gone by in the first period. Still no score. Wellesley, and there's a big hit right on the play. That was number 16, Sarah Goss, colliding with Camille Phelan. Advancing up the other way, Keelan Korskadin. Doctor Aggressive on the forecheck, working on Grace Crowell. Doctor with a puck along the end boards, now moves out to the corner. Use the half wall to get it out to Maggie Spinard. Spinard fires it wide to the near side of the goal post. Tracked down by, I believe that was Graham. Wellesley, it's Medfield actually the other way. Becca Brown, puck poke checked away. Good job by Kaylee Donnelly. Through the neutral zone, Lindsey Brown, she's one of the co-captains of the Warriors, gives it away. Picked up by Danielle Hickman. Wellesley sends it all the way into their attacking end, but Medfield stops the rush. That was Sarah Graham turning the puck over to Carly Boyle. Up ice, up the right wing flying is Sophie Vernon. She loses an edge. Boyle down there to help her. Scrum in the corner. Doctor at the near half wall. Awaiting the puck, but Medfield's going to take it. Try to get out in front. It redeflected over to Kristen Reardon. Out of her own end, up through the neutral zone. Poke checked back to Graham. Goes from their own end. There's a long diagonal pass up to Carly Boyle. Boyle gains the line and dumps it off the end boards. A partial line change, so down by herself is Sophie Vernon. Back out in the neutral zone. That's Hickman. Hickman trying to gain the line. Medfield doing a pretty good job keeping the Wellesley players away from the slot.
Wellesley not afraid to open up this game, Jake. Early on here, you see their defensemen not afraid to make that long stretch ice pass for that winger stretching down the sidewall.
Doctor will carry the puck from her own end. Gains the blue line. Trailed it, leaving it for Donnelly, who fired it well wide off the corner boards. Looking for a break the other way is Becca Brown. Becca Brown gains the line from the circle, fans at the puck. Donnelly got her stick in the way of it. Donnelly will leave it for Doctor, but impeding that progress was Michelle Beggin, another captain for Medfield. That pass was intended for Donnelly, falls to the corner boards, scooped up by Reardon. Along the side boards.
Interesting matchup early on here, Kate. The Donnelly line with Koskinen and Doctor matched up against Bayard, Brown, and Graham, their top line. Bunch of scorers, each just neutralizing each other here early on.
Very fast-moving first period. Only one stoppage in play so far. No icing, no penalties. It's still very early. Annika Witt grabs the puck in her own end and gives it off to Kylie Noonan. Noonan tries to work the puck into the neutral zone for Boyle. Little board play here. Boyle is going to dump it to the attacking zone, giving chase to Sophie Vernon. Back defensively, Meredith Cox. Up ice, touch and go pass for Lauren Tersch. Gaining the line and firing was Camille Phelan, well wide into the corner boards. Medfield, Wellesley trading attacking zone opportunities. I wouldn't really say any great scoring chances as they're holding the near post as Megan King.
Becca Brown, a freshman from Medfield, came up with a great scoring opportunity, capitalizing off a Wellesley turnover. Teams just feeling each other out here right now, playing it a little safe, but the pace is good. It's a good pace.
Absolutely, and not to keep comparing this to the previous game, but Falmouth came right out firing in that first period. Neither one of these teams are really playing all that aggressively yet, I feel like.
No, early on, a big tournament game. There's a lot at stake here. A shot at playing at the Garden, which everybody covered since they were a little kid, and the pressure's on, and the nerves are probably a little high right now.
Wellesley in their own end, in front of the net. Karina Garfield sweeps the puck up. That is Jody Lunger coming up, firing from the circle, fanned at it. Lunger gets the shot right back. Beyond Coakley. Maddie Bayard regrouping for Medfield. Towards Crowell. Intercepted by Doctor, but picked right back off by Graham. Diagonal pass for Tersch. And the teams are really just trading opportunities through the neutral zone. Not taking any mega chances as of yet.
Both teams playing solid team defense. Early on here, Kroll for Medfield's done a great job in taking time and space away and creating turnovers at the blue line.
Far point of the Wellesley zone. It's a battle for the puck and forcing it free. Here comes Lunger. Lunger to the backhand. Saved by Flynn. That was made possible by Kaylee Donnelly diving and poke checking it forward.
What a great effort by Donnelly there to get that chance to that breakaway. Of course, Caden forced to her backhand there, but made a great opportunity.
Wellesley with an attacking zone draw, and that shot was fired by Sarah Goss, but blocked before it reached the net. Medfield will lob that puck into the rafters, right underneath the Sandwich, Massachusetts Division II State Championship banner from 2008.
Sandwich High School, one of our foes in the Atlantic Coast League for
Yes.
the boys' side. Very good program.
Yep, tough year for them this year, but they'll be back.
Very young team this year. Very well coached by Jordan Moore. They will be back.
Wellesley wins the draw, saved by Flynn. Redirected into the corner boards. Doctor down there battling with Crowell. That was Goss sending the puck along the perimeter, hoping Kelly Korskadin could be the first of the puck. Doctor with it on the right wing. Doctor was looking towards the slot. Picked up by Donnelly. Donnelly to the far corner. Looking for a passing lane. Or for Goss. Donnelly. Wellesley with some great zone time right now. Vernon in the corner. Swept away by Crowell. Still alive. That is Goss battling at the half wall. Finally forced out by Lindsey Brown. Wellesley trying to regain entry. Right along the red line. That was Goss, but diving at the puck is Lindsey Brown, forcing it forward. Here's the chance. This is Danielle Hickman, who's going to go to the top of the slot and take a shot. Pad save Skylar Flynn to the near half wall. It's Hickman. Down to the near corner boards, looking for a passing lane towards the slot. Picked up by Phelan. Phelan up the other way for the Warriors. They haven't had zone time in a hot minute. They gain the line, but Hickman is able to neutralize the play.
What a nice shot on net early on by Danielle Hickman. She did a nice job getting the blue line and getting a nice hard shot to the net.
Wellesley keeping a good job keeping the puck away from their goaltender. That puck is sent all the way down the river. Flynn will leave it for Beggin. Beggin up ice. Could not connect with Turch. That's Goss. Connects with Donnelly. Donnelly into the attacking end. Further up for Korskadin. Korskadin. Far corner. And a battle for the puck with Reardon. Reardon sends it along the perimeter. Going to come out to the near half wall. Batted at by Donnelly. Wellesley has dominated the zone time. Doesn't have all that many great scoring chances to show for it as of yet, though, with 4:09 to go in the first period. Just a rapidly moving first period here, Paul.
Yes, it is. Both teams doing a really good job, though, keeping up any puck carriers or goal scorers out on the perimeter to limit chances for either team.
Doctor off the sideboards. Couldn't slow the puck enough. And it will be an icing against the Raiders. Medfield giving Wellesley all they can handle right now.
Good pace for Wellesley. They really established that two-man forecheck and kept that third player high and gave some troubles that last play there for Medfield.
The draw is forced out of the Medfield zone. Gaining the line and sending it towards the slot for Coakley. Coakley fires. Saved by Flynn. Skylar Flynn has been the #1 star so far.
And what a nice job by Phoebe Lawrence there to get that play over to Flynn. That was a nice play.
Absolutely.
Nice 2-on-1.
Draw in the Wellesley attacking zone again. Reardon comes along them boards. Tracking it down is Lawrence. Lawrence pinned up on the boards by Reardon. Again, the board play becoming a fact here. In the slot and diving at it was Flynn. Turning around, fired. Another save, Flynn.
Wellesley's
3:29.
third line creating some great offense, giving their top two lines a spell there. But again, Wellesley establishing the forecheck, getting to loose pucks first. Medfield's going to be more reactive there.
It's another draw on the Wellesley attacking end. The draw is won by Carly Boyle. Sends it towards that. Another safe Flynn crashing for the rebound was Vernon. Could not get a shot off. And the other way comes Lindsey Brown. Lindsey Brown is skating out of her own end. Dumps it off the sideboards to herself. Will try to track it down in the attacking zone. Picking it up was Goss for the Raiders. Sending it all the way back where it came from. Will not be an ice. Touched off a Medfield player. 3:03 to go in the first. That's Reardon. Picked off by Boyle. Boyle's going to go behind the net. Turn on the brakes and head back in the other direction towards the far side of the ice. Tracks down the puck along that far half wall. Bayard getting in the way. Turning and firing. Save Flynn. Shot was taken by Noonan. Another shot, another save, and that is an excellent stick save by the defenseman, Reardon, keeping that puck from going in between the net.
Another great save, but just a tenacious forecheck by Wellesley. Right now, they are getting everything they can handle.
Wellesley dumps it in. 2:20 to go. Almost intercepted. Coming out with it is Hickman in the neutral zone. Gains line. Hickman's going to fire. Save Flynn. Rebound. Knocked away by Crowell. The Medfield defense playing very well in front of Flynn. That's another turnover, unforced, picked away by Becca Brown. And that is Lauren Tersch in her own end. Those crosses for Becca Brown with 1:48 to go.
Wellesley's picked the pace up of this one, Jake, contributed here in the last 5 minutes, and Medfield right now is not answering.
Hickman finds Doctor up the near side left. Doctor gains the line. Trailing pass for Kuskardin. Near the slot, blocked in front, and now picked up by Cox. Medfield with a numbers advantage if they hurry. It is Cox up ice. The numbers advantage gone, but Cox carries the puck to the far corner. Out of the end boards. Out to Crowell at the point. Crowell turns and fires. Blocked off the skates of Hickman. Crowell will be the first to track it down with 1:12 to go in the first. Crowell up ice. Dumps it over the blue line for Lindsey Brown. Brown trails it back for Graham. Shot. Save. Bit wide by King. Far half wall of the Medfield attacking zone. Is their first great opportunity down there, and it's a huge scrum. A lot of board play becoming a factor here. Wellesley is able to poke it free into the neutral zone. They can't get a rush, though. Right in front of the Wellesley bench with 38 seconds to go in the period. Chip deeper into the Wellesley end. Danielle Hickman picks up the puck, sends it out emphatically to Noonan, but Noonan can't get it clear. 27 seconds to go now. Wellesley starting to lose a step or two of speed here. Medfield's neutralizing all their rushes. 17 seconds. This is Goss. Goss gains the line. Goss top of the slot. Glove save Flynn.
Sarah Goss making a nice play there to beat the defender and get back to the middle of the ice and have a nice shot in the slot.
11 seconds to go in the first period. A scoreless first period so far. Wellesley with an attacking zone draw. Still plenty of time for a rush. Draw is controlled by the Raiders. Goss tees it up, save Flynn. 6 seconds to go. And it is cleared out of the zone entirely. This is going to trickle back. It would have been an icing, but the clock expires. And that is an exciting first period of hockey, Paul. Scoreless.
Good first period. First 6-8 minutes, they were trading punches, punch for punch. I thought Medfield struggled a little bit for about 5 or 6 minutes territorially. Wellesley was taken over there a little bit, but they got a stonewall in net here in Medfield tonight.
Skylar
Flynn. Absolutely.
Playing an unbelievable first period. All right. I'll tease it now. Second intermission. Paul and I are going to talk about the Super 8 selection process. And we'll talk about the D1 and all that other fun stuff. And would you rather be Hingham or Franklin? And it could be any two public schools in any given year. Those are probably just the best examples this particular season. But again, that's all second intermission. I don't want to get Paul too fired up now.
It's a good question. Do you want to be sitting at home now? Franklin's sitting at home, or would you rather be playing on St. Patty's Day or whatever day, the 15th of March at the Fleet Center?
I mean, obviously still playing, I think, but to have a chance in the Super 8. Again, we'll get into this. Thank some of our sponsors right now: Jif, Dippers to Go, Integrated Benefits Group, the Local 103 Advantage, Mortgage Core East, Mohawk River Sales, and, of course, the Friends of Wellesley Hockey. Very generously making this game possible. All right, we'll take a break. Be back. My Hockey Live. A scoreless first period has us no closer to deciding who will take on the Falmouth Clippers in the Division II Girls Finals at the TD Garden on Sunday. Jake Levin back alongside Paul Moore, Art Egerton on video. The teams have switched sides for the second period. Wellesley from left to right and Medfield from right to left. Paul, any impressions from that first period?
Well, I got to tell you, I was really impressed with Skylar Flynn. I thought territorially and shot-wise, obviously, Wellesley outplayed him, but she had a very good period, and right now she's the difference in the game.
Lindsey Brown carries the puck up the right wing, knocked off the play by Goss, who may have had the best scoring chance for the Raiders. A slapper from atop the slot, but what, like so many others, was a nod by Flynn. Turning that puck around is Lindsey Brown. Picked up again by Goss. Goss for Doctor. Doctor with some stick handling up for Donnelly. Donnelly gains the line on the right side and thought about firing that one. I'm not sure if she got a piece of the official on her backswing.
I think she laid off that one a little bit because I think she thought she was going to hit her with the stick, hit the referee.
That's Noonan looking to the point for Witt, but cleared all the way out. Witt goes back and gets a puck along her own end boards. Turned over at the blue line by Crowell, and a rush developing for Wellesley. Will not be an ice. A battle for the puck in the far corner boards. That is Goss. Top the far circle, shoots it, blocked by Boyle. Rebound, save by Flynn.
Nice job by Skylar Flynn not to create any second chances. She really ate up that rebound there.
So we get our first stoppage of the period, 13:21 to go. It is still a scoreless tie. Medfield controls the draw. This is Crowell. Up, underneath the stick of Bayard, picked up by Goss. Goss will send it back where it came from for Kat Donahue. Out of the defensive end. That is Doctor. Doctor's going to fire. Flynn with another save.
The transition game right now is happening for Wellesley. Keely Korskinen made a nice outlet pass there to Doctor for a shot on net.
Draw on the Wellesley attack, won by Korskinen. Doctor tried to send it to the point for Hickman. Way too strong. Hickman is going to track it down all the way back in the end zone. That's Donnelly battling on the half wall with Brown. Near corner. A lot of stick lifting going on. Attempts. And Wellesley will emerge. That was Witt. Up ice, it's Doctor getting line on the left side. Almost poke-checked away by Beggin. Doctor able to stay with it. For Donnelly. Donnelly turns around, shot, save Flynn. Rebound still loose. Shot taken, and we have a player down, although that was just a result of diving for the puck. It's Doctor. She is okay.
What an individual effort by Doctor down there in the corner. She just never gave up on it and just created another great scoring opportunity. But Skylar Flynn there again to make the stop.
She is playing out of her mind right now. Medfield will try to get a break out of their own end, but Goss has other ideas and advances it, hoping at least Coakley can track it down. Evading a check there was Coakley, but could not get a shot off on the wraparound. The other way, it's Becca Brown for Medfield. Becca Brown into the circle, has it swept away, trying to stay with the puck. Picked off by Coakley. Coakley will give chase, but it will settle in for Reardon. Through the neutral zone.
Wellesley real stingy back there on the back end with Sarah Goss. Did a nice job pushing her to the outside, not letting him get to the middle of the ice for that scoring opportunity.
Hickman for Noonan. Noonan's first shot is blocked. She followed her second, and it was stolen. Medfield from their own end. The ice is starting to get a little slanted in favor of Wellesley in the slot. Shot taken, another save by Flynn off the stick of Sophie Vernon. As long as Flynn's playing like that, it doesn't really matter, at least not yet. That's Noonan. Her stick is lifted. Here comes Medfield the other way. Meredith Cox up ice. Cox scans the line and tries to fire. Was blocked by 3 different Wellesley players who were right on top of her. Noonan trying to get out of her own end. Connects on a long pass up for Boyle. Carly Boyle with space. Carly Boyle tries to fire it, but well played by Meredith Cox. A nice block. Goss is going to send it in. Pad save Flynn. Redirected to the far corner boards. Sophie Vernon will track it down. Vernon looking for Boyle in slot. That is Flynn holding the far post, and the net is off its moorings with 10:36 to go in the second.
What a nice job there by the Medfield defender to get stick on stick, which is a lot of things they preach in women's hockey because the physical play is there, but you can't have the body contact. So getting to the hands and getting to the stick is crucial in defensive positions.
Medfield controls the draw. Goss teed it up, picked off by Tersch. Tersch coming up the other way from Medfield, 2-on-2. Knocked away by Goss. And the other way, it's Doctor. Doctor with some moves up for Korskinen. Reardon along the end boards, out towards Tersch. But Doctor comes up with it in the circle. In the end zone, looking for Korskinen. Rebound shot, score! Wellesley strikes first. It was Kaylee Donnelly. It may have been deflected. And the Raiders.
Jake, that play was set up behind the net by Keely Korskade, and what a nice job she had. They had a little 2-on-1 down low and got it out front to Wellesley, and she just finished. That was a great job.
Wellesley takes a 1-0 lead with 10-11 still to go in the game. We'll check the official scoring for you. I believe it will be Donnelly's goal. But as you said, Paul, Korskinen made that play happen. Up ice is Medfield. Lindsey Brown gains line, sends it on King. Kick save to the near corner. Brown tried to send it near the slot, denied, got it back, sends it along the perimeter to Baird. Baird in the far corner being defended by Hickman. Works it free for Lindsey Brown. Brown looking towards the slot, out of the zone entirely. Going to go all the way to the Medfield defensive end. Driving up ice is Phoebe Lawrence. But back there just in time is Grace Crowell. It's a chance for Medfield. So it'll be Donnelly's goal. 9:26 to go. Second period. So Korskinen and Doctor get the assists, and there's yet another save for Flynn.
Medfield showing some zone time earlier in that shift, and that's what they're going to need to do to keep Wellesley down. And what they did was they created some turnovers down low with a good 2-man forecheck.
Wellesley wins the draw. Lawrence fires high over the net off the end boards. Their own end. Medfield looking for a break. It's Beggin. Up ice for Becca Brown. Becca Brown trying to connect with Phelan. Impeded along the side boards by Vernon. Back defensively, Reardon turns it over to, Vernon, who couldn't gain the line because her teammates were on the wrong side of that blue line, but now it's picked off by Noonan. Noonan's going to take the puck into the slot, poked away by Beggin. Near corner boards, Noonan still setting up shop along the perimeter. Hope one of her players can track it down. That's Hickman. Keeping it alive, batting it back to those end boards, and a big hit. Noonan is going to go.
Yeah, that's not going to fly. That was a really big hit behind the net there to create the turnover, but she's going to go to the box for that.
Medfield will go on the power play here. 8:24 still to go in the second period. Brown tries to hold the draw for Beggin. Beggin tracks it down along the end boards now. She plays it to the far corner on a tour of the attacking zone. tried to go to the point, but right between the 2 point men, all the way back, tracking it down is Meredith Cox. She has to be wary of the forechecking Korskinen.
Medfield's going to show a little more patience here on the power play. They want to work it up high, but if it's not there, you got to get that puck down low.
Crowell gained the line. Doctor gets her stick in the way. Far point shot taken, rebound. Right at the doorstep was Baird, but King was able to fall on top of the loose puck.
Bayard coming up from behind the net, and a nice shot from the point by Kayla Anderson.
56 seconds to go on the power play for Medfield. They get another attacking zone draw. One by Brown. Back to the point for Baird. Baird sends it along the wall to Cox. Cox to the near corner. Moves off the half wall into the circle. Fires toward the net. Save King. Holding the near post. Moves back over to the far post in case of a wraparound attempt. Loose along the end boards. I think everybody lost track of where the puck was for a second. It's Brown taking her time. Plays it out for Crowell, who tees it up. Blocked by Donnelly. And Donnelly forced it free into the neutral zone. 27 seconds still to go on the power play. Intercepted. It is Lunger. Lunger in, but Flynn is able to guide it away to the near corner with her stick. Medfield will have time for one more rush on the power play. This is Cox. Cox in the circle towards the slot. It was deflected. Cox gets it back. Tried to go to Brown, but she misplays and easily swept away by Jody Lunger. Medfield back to 5-on-5. Noonan out of the box, able to knock the puck away from Crowell. Advancing it further, Donnelly, the game's lone goal scorer so far, chases it in the corner and battle with Meredith Cox.
That's a good job by Wellesley's PK there to shut Medfield down. They did have a couple good scoring opportunities, but lack of rebounds and bodies to the net, just Medfield couldn't cash in.
That's going to go underneath the skates of Goss, and they say she touched it, so it will not be an ice. Goss, her own end, off the sideboards. Spinard gets a stick on it. Right at the sideboards in the neutral zone. And it is Wellesley looking for a chance. Here's Carly Boyle into the far circle. Advancing it further. Boyle tries the wraparound backhand. Goes out to the far point and blasting it well wide to the near side was Karina Garfield.
Great extra effort there by Boyle. Did a nice job getting the puck in deep.
Boyle 6 with it. Far half wall. Sends it to the end boards for Vernon. Vernon stays with it and takes a shot, but right in her line was Phelan, who clears it out, and we're going to get an icing against the Warriors. Draw come back to Wellesley attacking zone. 5:31 to go in the second.
Sarah Goss showing up tonight a lot in the defensive end. She does a really nice job, and I think she's a leader back there on the back end for Wellesley.
One of the 3 captains for Wellesley, along with Cicely Doctor and Keely Korskinen. Wellesley controls that draw. In the slot, it was Doctor. Couldn't get a wraparound in time. Donnelly tracks down the puck. Thwarting that opportunity was Crowell. Dangerous turnover. Doctor turns and fires. Blocked by Cox. Wellesley regroups in the neutral zone. Hickman. That should be an icing, absolutely, Paul. Calling for the puck was Witt. Instead, a misfired Hail Mary pass, and it's going to come to the Medfield attacking zone now, where Megan King is just waiting for some action. 5:05 to go in the second period. Wellesley on top 1-0. Drawing their defensive end. Enforced out, sent along the far left boards. Doctor trying to track it down. Doctor in a battle with Cox. Doctor. It's freed up, but Cox is the first one there. In the attacking zone, Medfield looking for a break. Intercepted by Lunger. Lunger had a chance earlier.
Wellesley playing that smart neutral ice game now, creating some turnovers.
Up along the end boards. To the near side now. Medfield in control of the puck, but they can't get out of their own end. 4:23 to go in the second period. At the circle. And it's Crowell. Again, Medfield keeping the puck away from Wellesley, but it seems like it's only a matter of time if they can't get it out of their own end. And there's a turnover. Lawrence was in the slot. She had it swept away at the doorstep and misfiring was Lunger. A wide open net in front of her with an even 4 minutes to go. It's still in the Wellesley attacking end. This is not a power play. Lunger blows a tire, and finally they get a clear, but it's still Wellesley puck. Sent from along the red line.
All Wellesley right now, and what a great job by Lunger, Jody Lunger, to get open up there in the middle of the ice.
That will not be an ice. Touched up at the blue line. Hickman back in the Wellesley defensive end for the first time in what seems like forever. And it's Becca Brown. Slow pass, plenty of time anticipated by Carly Boyle, who gained the line, but it was stolen right back by Tersch.
Wellesley continues to have the numbers back in neutral zone, creating those turnovers.
Trying to advance that one, forcing on the wall was Phelan. Nearing the 3-minute mark to go of the second period. Tersch near half wall, still in a battle for the puck. That is Phelan in the slot. Tersch gets a shot off, but it slowly rolls into the glove of King.
Great job by Camille Phelan there. Got it open in the slot and got a great scoring opportunity. Megan King shut the door on her.
2 minutes, 59 seconds to go. Second period. Wellesley on top 1-0. Game 2 of a MyHockeyLive doubleheader. The winner of this game will face the Falmouth Clippers. Here's 2-on-1 developing. Cox finds Donnelly. Donnelly tried to go high glove side, but missed high off the end boards.
Donnelly would like to have that one back.
Flynn's glove was in pretty good position to make the save either way, but nevertheless wouldn't have hurt to at least put it on goal. That's going to be an offside, so another stoppage, 2:33 to go in the second.
Wellesley has a relentless neutral zone defense, and there was another example of it, but it was offsides, but they got numbers coming back, and they create those turnovers in neutral ice, and their transition game is good.
Brief delay here. And we're back. Draw right outside the Medfield defensive end. Doctor had to get back on side. Going for the interception was Donnelly, up to Korskinen now. Korskinen with a collision on the top slot. Doctor in the slot. Doctor with smooth. Doctor dangles and can't get the shot off. She went too wide to the far side of the post. Still alive for Wellesley, however. Near point, it's Donnelly. Donnelly going to go far point for Hickman. Hickman tees it up, looking for traffic. Save Flynn. Boyle trying to get it clear. Can't do it. Trying to get that shot off. Witt blocked in front. 2 minutes to go in the second period. Medfield only down one, but Wellesley is dominating the pace of play. Donnelly fires well wide to the near side of the post. And there's Noonan right off her bench. Tracks it down in the far corner boards. Noonan.
What a great effort early in that shift by Cicely Doctor. I think there was Velcro taped to that puck.
That was some stuff you see in an NHL shootout. That was those kind of moves. Unless it's the Bruins, of course. There's Boyle. Picking it up. Minute 33 to go. Underneath the stick of Hickman. This will be an icing with 89 seconds to go in the second period. Take some time to thank some of our sponsors. Jif Dippers to go. Mohawk Rubber Sales. The Integrated Benefits Group. Local 103. And, of course, the Friends of Wellesley High Hockey. In the Medfield defensive end. That's Donnelly at the point, forcing it along the perimeter. About 85 seconds to go. Still back there is Doctor. Doctor sends it out to the near point. Taking the shot is Donahoe, and a save by Flynn. Still alive, far point. Goss tees it up at the doorstep. Fanning at it was Doctor, and Flynn will fall on top for the save with exactly 1 minute to go.
Doctors absolutely dominated this period. If I'm Medfield right now, I want to get out of this minute 1-0, feeling really, really good about yourself because Wellesley has thrown everything but the kitchen sink at them, and they're right in this game.
I couldn't agree more. Medfield, even though they're losing, this could not have gone any better for them so far with how much they're really being outplayed. The fact they're only down one, they need to capitalize on that and head into the third only down one. Maybe even try to tie the game. Here comes Graham, and a nice kick save by King to the near corner. That was a hard shot. Towards the slot, King pokes her stick away, intended for Lindsey Brown. Kept alive, fire point by Crowell. 33 seconds to go. Crowell's going to shoot it. Blocker saved by King. She's been outstanding in her own right. She just hasn't been tested nearly as often as has Flynn.
Megan King has great rebound control. Those shots that are coming from perimeter, she's leaving nothing out front and getting all those rebounds to the outside.
16 seconds to go. It's in the Wellesley attacking end. Medfield attacking end. I'm sorry, Wellesley defensive end. Long pass up ice for Korskanen. 6 seconds to go. Korskanen jogging for possession, trying to gain the blue line. In the neutral zone, the clock expires, and we head to the second intermission with a 1-0 hockey game. The only goal scored by Wellesley, and it was Kaylee Donnelly on the honors.
Coach Molly Norton is going to go into the locker room right now, probably very happy. They know they just faced everything Wellesley can give them, and they're right in the game.
That they are. Shots on goal in the second, 9-6 in favor of Wellesley. 2 periods total, 20 for Wellesley, 10 for Medfield. All right, Paul, we teased it earlier. You're on part of the committee that determines the Super 8 voting process. Now, we have the benefit of hindsight here. Franklin, selected to the Super 8. Hingham, another public school, was not. Franklin won the play-in game, defeated Xaverian, but then they went, gave Springfield Cathedral all they could handle in Game 1 at least. Game 2, not so much. Hingham, on the other hand, they took their snub to heart, and they looked a little shaky in round 1 against Weymouth. Since then, they have blown out everybody in their paths. Maybe not blown out Xaverian. That was a 3-0 win. But really, really look sharp. So you wonder, without the benefit of hindsight, I'm asking, do you think the players would rather play in the Super 8 knowing they're probably going to get killed by a Cathedral or a Malden Catholic, or would they rather go in the D1 and take their chances?
Well, there's a couple different factors involved with the Super 8 and being a public school and getting an opportunity as that 7th or 8th seed. One of the most difficult things is the way it was seeded this year. Anybody seeded in 7th and 8th is going to have a very, very tough time winning 2 out of 3 against Springfield Cathedral or Malden Catholic. I don't know if there's a public school right now that could do that. Now, for your program, Falmouth in 1994 went to the Super 8. We were the 8th seed. I know what it's like to be that 8th seed. We faced probably one of the best Catholic Memorial teams at that time in 94 that Billy Hansen said he had. We had to go in there and face a very tough game in Boston Garden and lost 11-1. Came back our second game and lost to Wakefield. So we were 2 and out. And the biggest thing right now in the landscape of public high school hockey is it's a great feather in the cap to Woburn, to Franklin, Hingham, any of those teams that get considered for that. You want to play in that game for your program. You want your program to be able to get to that level and say you're in it. It keeps kids in your program, and it's good for your community. It's good for the town teams.
Absolutely. So let me ask you another question. You hinted at with the best 2 out of 3 series here. That's a relatively new format. I believe that's the 3rd year they have done this, or is it the 2nd year? Either way, fairly recent. What do you think of that format versus the old double elimination format or the Olympic format, the round robin? Personally, I like the double elimination, but you're around the game a lot more than I am. You're one of the coaches. So what would you prefer, do you think, of those 3 systems?
I'm indifferent to it. I think some changes need to be made. I'm not sure what they are. We know the top 5 teams in the state this year, who they were. They were very easy to pick in that Super 8 committee. It's 6 through 10, 6 through 12. And can that 8th, 7th, and 8th seed ever compete? So what's the change? I'm not sure what it is. I'm not a big fan of the play-in game. I think they should take the top 8, not the top 10. The play-in game gives a distinct advantage to the teams that lose. They come down into the North or South, and they're the number 1 seed. So that's an advantage. They get a game under their belt. They lose it. They're the number 1 seed in whatever section they come out of.
There is a little flaw in that system. I will agree with that. As a variant, I mean, they got outplayed by Hingham yesterday, Sunday, but they were that team, lost the play-in game. And so, from Franklin's perspective, again, you got to think if they can beat Xaverian, could they have beaten Hingham? And hypothetically, the D1 South final yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the other side of the coin when you make the Super 8, and it's March 9th, and they're sitting home, and could they be in that game last night, competing for a Division I championship?
Right.
Those thoughts, they certainly go through your head as a coach. I was an assistant coach back then, and I know what it's like to lose those games, and then it happens real quick, and it's like you don't know what hit you. And then you're home, having a great season, you made the Super 8. So there's a trade-off there. There's a big trade-off.
I'm with you there. Say, I don't know if you're a college basketball fan, but the way I can sometimes look at it is the Super 8 is the NCAA tournament, D1 is the NIT. And I don't know if that's entirely fair because some schools, some publics with great seasons, they just don't have a chance at the Super 8. I don't think you need to make the NIT out or the D1 South out to be the NIT. There are more teams in the D1 or D2 or whatever than the Super 8. And let's not forget, some of these Catholic schools, they do wind up playing in their respective division tournaments. So I think it's all fair in that regard, and I don't like the downgrading of the division tournaments against the Super 8.
Well, you certainly could look at it as the haves and have-nots. It's a big deal. It's 2 out of 3. And it's a great tournament. It's a great showcase for high school hockey. Some would argue it's a great showcase for the Catholic schools. It is what it is at this point. I think one of the changes that would really benefit the tournament would be for the committees to take as much time with the sectional seedings. Do a power seeding for the South section. Do a power seeding for the North.
A lot of talk in the press room about that, believe me.
And there should be because, right out of the gate, for example, you have Framingham and Braintree playing each other. Big rivalry, play in the same league. They played each other twice already. They draw each other. 2 teams you could make an argument that on any given night could beat any of these teams that are still standing.
Absolutely.
But in round 1, one of those guys is gone.
I think in the same case, from Hingham's, not so much from Hingham's perspective, but they were the 10 seed, and you look at Weymouth, a 7 seed, this all based solely off winning percentage. And again, Weymouth gave the Harbormen fits that they haven't had the rest of this tournament. But you think Weymouth goes on a deeper run if they face a team that is truly a 10 seed caliber? I'm completely with you there, Paul. So let's take a brief look inside the voting process. Who are the 7 people who have the final say? Because I think a lot of the fans out there don't really have an idea.
Well, it starts out with the Coaches Association.
Right. Now, is that every coach in Massachusetts? Is it only select coaches?
We have Mark Leonard, Danny Shine from Arlington Catholic.
Yep.
Dave Fasano from Braintree. Brian Foley from Springfield Cathedral. I'm drawing a blank on the Burlington coach. Dave Spinelli, Xaverian.
Yep.
There's a few more at the table. There's 9 of us at the table. And we go through the process of nominating teams for the Super 8. And you can nominate anyone you want. Only the people on the committee, the 9 on the committee. Nominate anyone you want, they go up on the board. Once all the nominations are done, then you start saying, okay, who's the number 1 seed? Who's the number 2? Who's the number 3? And we vote each round.
Right.
And we come up with our top 12. And we hand it over to the MIAA directly after our meeting, and then they go vote on not necessarily the slate we gave them, but they go do their own voting. And a lot of the times it goes over, and it really mirrors what the Coaches Association gave the MIAA. Most times it does. This year you saw some movement. For example, when we sent over the slate to the MIAA, Xaverian was the number 6 seed, the golden seed, because number 6 seed doesn't have a play-in. So there were some changes made there. they ended up going down, I believe.
Zavarian was the 10. Franklin got the 7.
Right.
That's how it wound up.
Exactly, because they did the power seeding 1 through 6, and then 7 through 10
right.
is a winning percentage. So Zavarian drops down to 10 and gets a play-in game, and that's the format. So that's okay.
We'll see if there are any tweaks in the future. We're going to take a very brief break for the end of this second period, and we'll be back for Wellesley Medfield, third period. The third and final period is underway. Medfield on the rush early. Leading it up was Megan Baird. Baird in the far corner. Medfield in the white. Wellesley in the black with some red. Of course, there's some navy blue and baby blue on Medfield as well. They trail 1-0. The lone goal. And here's a shot in the slot and blocked. That was Doctor giving up another shot taken. Save, rebound, score! Lindsey Brown, 31 seconds into the period, has tied the game. Megan King can't believe it.
If getting that next goal had any meaning, it had a lot of meaning tonight. Medfield knew they had to strike first, and they did. And boy, Doctor selling out in front, blocking the shot, and staying with it was Lindsey Brown.
One of the co-captains for Medfield. The refs are discussing a few things. I don't see how they can. They say no goal. They disallowed the goal.
Wow. I didn't see anything there that would bring that back. Not sure maybe if the net was off or
whatever
Megan
crease. King said clearly got in the heads of the officials. So, all sorts of confusion here. We'll sort it out when we can. Paul, what's your impression of that as a coach?
I'm not sure. I saw a great play by Wellesley and Lindsey Brown sticking with it, and I didn't see a net dislodge. I don't know if we're going to get a decision here by the referees on the PA, but I have no idea what just happened there because I didn't see anything that would make me think that goal was coming back. But the referees did huddle up immediately and discussed it.
They did, and right now the draw is in the Wellesley attacking end. So that would indicate the net must have come off its mooring.
Or a high stick.
Or that. And a Medfield player to the penalty box to boot. Their momentum swings, and then there's what just happened. Wellesley on the power play. Knocked away by Lindsey Brown. Here comes Lindsey Brown up by shorthanded. Lindsey Brown, and she couldn't connect on the long pass from Bayard. So the penalty here is against Sarah Graham. High sticking. There you go. It's Doctor. Doctor gains the line up the left side. Doctor into the slot, taking her time out to the point for Goss. Goss fires, and it's off the side of the goal. 1 minute to go on the man advantage. And we get a stoppage.
What a turn of events here. Medfield thinking they tied this thing up 1-1 to have it taken back on a high stick. Having the goal taken back, and now they're on the penalty kill.
Stunning. Evidently a high stick disallowed the goal. But here's Medfield off the draw, and they are simply going to dump it in. Well, if Wellesley wins by 1, I think there's going to be some storylines. Stolen away by Brown. Short-handed. Puck don't lie. The puck does not lie.
Well, Brown didn't wait long. Great play on the PK. Stripped the defender and went top shelf. What a great goal. Great effort.
If Rasheed Wallace is watching this game, he is nodding his head in agreement. The puck does not lie. By the way, Wellesley is still on the power play here. So Lindsey Brown's goal is disallowed. And about a minute later, she ties the game anyways. Gaining the line, firing was Tersch. Did not get a shot off. Wellesley up the other way. A lot of emotion in this building. And getting tripped up there was Coakley. That's Doctor getting the line up the right side. Doctor in with a 2-on-1 with the Gus. Doctor fires, and it goes off the post. I believe Flynn got a piece of it with a glove to redirect it, and it's back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's Crowell leading a charge up ice. Connects with Graham. Graham fresh out of the box. King saves it with a stick. Redirects it off the end glass.
Jake, I'm looking at a different team here in the third period. Just unbelievably energy and enthusiasm Medfield's playing with right now.
Point shot taken by Beggin. It was blocked long before it reached the net. Bayard carries it around the end zone, looking for a passing lane. She will leave it. Picked up, however, by Donahoe. And here comes a breakaway. It is Korskinen. Korskinen and Korskinen saved by Flynn. The momentum is right back on the side of Medfield, and there's Brown looking for another. Here they go. It's Phelan now. Phelan gains line. Red circle fires. King knocked it away with her glove. Inside 12 minutes to go in the third period.
Megan King fighting the puck a little bit right there. Almost missed that with her glove hand.
Wellesley in their own end. All of a sudden, it is Wellesley back up ice. It's Noonan. Noonan trying to split through some defenders. Stays with the puck. Backhands it over for Vernon. Vernon in the slot could not connect with Noonan, who was streaking back in. From the far point, Garfield trying the backhand wrap around was Noonan. Some sticks got in the way. Wellesley will clear this, but it will be an icing with 11:14 to go in the third.
Great defense there by Medfield, packing in all 5 defenders right in front of the net, allowing the goaltender to see the puck and taking care of rebounds.
What a finish we have brewing here. The right to face the Falmouth Clippers at the TD Garden on Sunday is on the line. Kaylee Donnelly near the slot, shot taken. Save made by Flynn. Doctor tracks down the rebound in the far corner. Poked out by Brown. Doctor tries to go short side. Can't knock it home. Korskinen has it picked away by Brown. Brown will skate it out of her own end up the right side of the ice. Brown gains the line. Gets taken down from behind. And Medfield will go back on the power play.
That extra effort there by Lindsey Brown was the difference. She stuck with it, and that defender had no choice but to take her down.
It's going to be Korskinen going.
Big moment in this game right now. 1-1, 10:47 left. Medfield going on the power play.
Lindsey Brown will center this power play and wins the draw. Back for Baird. Crowell let it fly in for the point. It got deflected. Save was made by King. Boyle will let it fly again. Shot. Save. Brown at the doorstep. Blocked in front. Jockeying for position. What a great start to the power play. And it's going to be a delayed call against Medfield. Warriors can't catch a break. Somebody lost their stick for Wellesley. Take on that call, Paul.
The Wellesley players sold that very, very well. Sold that very well. That was borderline.
That will nullify the power play. We're back to 4-on-4 hockey. Well, even strength hockey. 4-on-4 for the next 109. Wellesley will then get a very abbreviated 21-second power play. That is Doctor. Near side half wall, poked away by Crowell. Doctor and Crowell engaging in battle on the left side of the ice. Knocked away. Medfield trying to break out of their own end. Backhanded, it's Doctor. 2-on-2 developing, Doctor and Noonan. Doctor in. Doctor had her pocket picked there by Phelan. Trickles wide. Dragging it down is Brown. Coming up is Cox. Meredith Cox gains the line. Poke checked away by Hickman. Far point. Beggin wanted to shoot it. Advances it further. And Crowell lets it fly well wide off the end boards. Far point, unable to get there in time, was Cox. 17 seconds to go of 4-on-4. That was Noonan going for the home run steal. Up further is Garfield. Garfield gains the line to the near side left. Off the skates of Crowell behind the net of Flynn. To the end boards, it's Cox. Penalty is expired against Koskinen. We are back to 5-on-4 hockey. Off the end glass, that is Garfield, sending it back where it came from. 10 seconds left on the power play for Wellesley.
We have 900 referees in the fans tonight letting that referee know that she just missed an offsides.
In the slot, and a blocker save made off a Garfield shot. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Shot taken by Garfield, well wide. Medfield will get a break. Medfield up ice. Connecting with Graham. Graham is going to send it towards the net, but a glove save made by King. She fell on top of it with 8:40 to go in the third.
Nice job there by Sarah Goss, just really boxing out the Medfield forechecker, not giving any opportunity for a second chance.
This game taking on all kinds of twists and turns so far. About as exciting a 1-1 hockey game as you're going to see with all the controversy. Of course, if you like low-scoring games, maybe this is your thing anyways. 8:29 to go in the game. Back in the Medfield defensive end. Along the corner boards, a scrum for the puck out near the half wall now, and poking it free was Baird. Wellesley is able to control it, but they knock it loose in the neutral zone. Wellesley will change lines. Medfield up the other way. That was Reardon. Picked off by Boyle. Boyle being defended by Beggin. Boyle trying to send it towards Noonan. Too far. Sent in by Donahue from the half wall. Up the other way is Medfield. The 2-on-2 developing. This is Becca Brown. Becca Brown up ice by herself. Becca Brown moves to the circle on the near side of the ice. Becca Brown sends it towards net. King makes the save. It goes off the side of the goal. Controlled by Goss. Getting it up for Noonan. Noonan. Outstanding by Lindsey Brown, getting in the way.
Oh, great extra effort by Lindsey Brown to separate her from that puck right there.
Inside 7:30 to go. We're halfway through the third period. Brown up the near right side of the ice. Doctor poke checks it away from her. Near corner now. Swept up by Witt. Annika Witt. Kept alive at the far point by Cox. And here comes Wellesley. It's Donnelly. Donnelly tried to go to cross ice to Doctor. Couldn't get there in time. Crowell with the puck for the Warriors. Trying to dial up Phelan on a long pass. Neutralized by Donnelly. Up for Doctor. Doctor is going to gain the line through the middle of the ice. Doctor in, fires. It went beyond Flynn, but well wide to the far side of the post. Doctor.
Nice effort there by Doctor. Caught Skylar Flynn a little off guard.
6.5 to go. Wellesley the other way. Just over the blue line. That is Boyle. Boyle's shot made, saved by Flynn. Crashing in for the rebound. The whistle is blown. The puck stayed on one side of the red line.
This game's run 1-1 right now, Jake, because of Skylar Flynn.
This game is bonkers. 6:16 to go in regulation.
Nice scoring opportunity there for Wellesley, but Skylar Flynn is very stingy with those rebounds. She eats them right up.
Near point, some deflections. Shot taken by Hickman. Noonan, the far corner. Hands it back, picked up by Tersch. Just inside 6 minutes ago now, 5:57. Play in the near corner boards. Picked up, shot taken. That was Boyle. And on the rebound, Flynn slammed the door again. 5:45 to go now. Medfield gets a clear. It will not be an icing. Too slow moving. Witt out of her own end. The sideboards intercepted by Graham. Right at that blue line. Big scrum for the puck. The boards becoming a factor again. Brown able to force it in. Near circle. Brown fires. Save King. Kick save out to the far half wall. Wellesley will look for transition. It's Vernon. Hickman will settle things down and advance puck up ice. Hickman up through the middle. Gains the line. Hickman fires off the end glass. 5:08 to go. Near corner. As Wellesley with the puck looking towards the slot. This is Lawrence. After the far point, unable to keep it alive is Hickman. After resetting the neutral zone. Beyond the red line. Corralled by Cox. Meredith Cox up for Lindsey Brown. Brown to the middle. Could not connect with Beggin. 4:40 to go. 1-1 hockey game. Berth to the TD Garden on the line. Goss up for Donahue. Bit of a tie-up, and that down went, I believe, that was Coakley. But right there to pick up the puck for her was Donahue. 4:21 to go now. Far corner, it's Phelan. It is chipped up in the air. Near the slot, nobody home from Medfield. To the near side of the ice.
Another momentum swing here, Jake, and this game's going to come down to Will. Who's going to want it more?
This is incredible. That's Donahue in her own end. We're now inside 4 minutes to go. Up for Doctor. Doctor with a diagonal pass for Donnelly. Donnelly trying to hold the line was Korskin. She could not do it. So we got a draw in the neutral zone with 3:47 to go in regulation. Draw comes, controlled by the Warriors. But right back to the Raiders. Knocked in by Witt. Hickman. Up ice off the skates of Vernon. The other way, Graham. Stolen by Vernon. Past Noonan. And Crowell sends it into her offensive end. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Hickman for Noonan. Trying to get a breakout. This is going to have to be fast. It won't be an ice. Waved off. As Vernon crashing in. Noonan trying to go cross ice for Goss. Goss will have to calm the puck down. Fires. Rebound. Trying to turn it right around with Boyle. Goss moves in and fires. Shot. It gets wide again. Boyle in a battle. Far side of the ice with Baird. Chipped up over everybody. Goss corrals it. 2:45 to go in regulation. Noonan with the puck. Tried to advance it up. Picked off by Crowell. Crowell moving up the right side and is able to dump it in to her attacking zone. Giving chase is Becca Brown. Becca Brown with the puck. 2.5 to go in regulation. Becca Brown near the slot. Turning and firing. was Lawrence, but nowhere near the net. In the neutral zone, team's trading chances. Gaining the line, that is Tersch. Trickles wide to the far side of the post. 2:12 to go. Danielle Hickman beginning the charge for Wellesley. Hickman's going to gain the line. Well defended by Beggin. Near the slot, swept away by Crowell. We're inside 2 minutes to go.
Coach from Medfield went to her bench and gave
a line
Lindsay
change. It's Doctor. Doctor in the slot, but she is held off outstandingly by Cox, and Cox up the other way. Cox flying up ice. Cox from the slot fires, save King. 1:38 to go.
As I was saying, Jake, Medfield went to their bench a little bit and gave Lindsey Brown a spell. I would definitely expect to see her out here for the next minute and a half.
98 seconds to go in regulation. Medfield go with an aggressive formation. Draw one to Crowell shot. Kick save King. We're down to a minute 32. Up along the end boards in the Wellesley defensive end. They're trying to break it out. Here's Noonan. Noonan. It's intercepted by Baird. Held up. And here is Brown. Lindsey Brown, the lone Medfield goal scorer. Gains the line, taken down. It's not going to be a hit. It was a hit, I should say, not a penalty. Down to a minute 5 to go.
Well, if they're not going to call that, the referee's going to have to put their whistles away for the next minute.
I'm with you there. Sent into the Wellesley attacking end. Crowell. It's turned over to Donnelly into the slot for Doctor. Doctor fires. Save Flynn.
Little indecision there by the referee. Wasn't sure if Skylar Flynn had a piece of that, but she got all of it. Nice save.
41 seconds to go. The best word to describe this building right now is tense.
It is tense and it is electric. And I'll tell you what, a great, great effort by both teams. It's going to be sad to say that one of these teams is going to be going home tonight and the other one will be off to the Garden.
Great chance to thank some of our sponsors. This game brought to you in part by Jif, Dippers to Go, IBG Integrated Benefits Group, the local Union 103 Advantage, Mortgage Corp East, Mohawk Rubber Sales, and the Friends of Wellesley Hockey. Paul, how aggressive do you think these two teams are going to be for one more chance before overtime?
I expect the Wellesley coach to be telling his girls right now, let's make sure we get pucks deep. They're going to want to go forward with that faceoff. They're not going to want to come back. They're not going to want to get into an odd man rush with Medfield going the other way. So right now, they're saying, let's get it forward. Let's have a one-man forecheck, I would say, because keeping two back is a safe approach with 40 seconds, and then you play for overtime.
All right. That's what the coach would do. We will see how it translates on the ice. Again, 41 seconds to go. Game reset here. Donnelly, the goal scorer for the Raiders. Lindsey Brown, the goal scorer for the Warriors. Brown really scored 2 goals. One was disallowed in a controversial decision.
Yeah, it was, but you got to give the refs credit. They went right to the conference. They talked about it, and they made the decision. They lived with it. This is a defining moment right now in this game, and what Medfield needs to be cognizant of is out front. If they're outmanned out front on this face-off right now, they're going to have 2 defenders there.
The draw will come in the Wellesley attacking end. Korsgaden, Doctor, and Donnelly, the forwards for the Raiders. That's who they want to score this game-winning goal, potentially. Flynn, calm and collected as ever between the pipes. And, of course, another timeout.
I'm surprised at that timeout because Wellesley wasn't showing anything that would have made me be concerned. They had 3 across and 2 back. I'm not sure I would have.
A little bit?
I'm not sure I would have blown that timeout right now. 40 seconds is a long time. They might regret using that timeout right now.
All right. See if Wellesley draws something else up even, disguising their offense.
Wellesley could come back now and show a different look. And
Right.
now you don't have your timeout to go talk about it. But we'll see how this unfolds. You don't want to take that timeout home with you by any stretch.
No, certainly not.
So tactically, it could be a good one for it. But I didn't see anything in Wellesley's setup that would concern me as far as any type of play they had on that would concern me.
41 more seconds of regulation hockey. If not, we'll go to overtime. Sudden death, of course. The right to face the Falmouth Clippers in the Division II state finals on Sunday. Doesn't get much better than this.
Let's see if Wellesley comes out now and shows a different look. No, looks like they're going 3 across, 2 back.
Pretty standard. The defenseman might be up a little bit more than normal. That's about it. Koskinen on the draw. Won it. Out to the point. In the slot. Unable to knock it home. Here's Doctor. Doctor in the corner boards with 32 seconds to go. Doctor held up along the boards by Cox. Out to Koskinen. Koskinen for Goss. Goss is going to tee it up. It trickles. Koskinen will pick it up with 21 seconds to go. Near the slot. And Medfield will have a rush. Here comes Lindsey Brown. Brown misplayed a little bit. 11 seconds to go. One more chance for whoever wants it. Crowell up ice. Tripped up. 4 seconds to go. Just enough time, maybe. Donnelly can't get the shot off. We're on to overtime.
What a tenacious effort by both teams. I think they're going to go, 6 minutes now? Overtime?
I believe it is a 6-minute 5-on-5 overtime. If that does not solve anything, we'll go to 6 minutes 4-on-4. And if that doesn't solve anything, we go to the shootout. I saw one game like that earlier this postseason on the men's side between Hanover and Bishop Feehan. The Bishop Feehan goalie, Ryan Hubert, I think his female counterpart would have to be Skylar Flynn.
Absolutely, and this game's getting played right now. It's continuing on because of Skylar Flynn. She had an outstanding game, and when things weren't looking too good in the first 2 periods for Medfield, she was there to stop them, and Medfield comes out here, looked like a different team in the 3rd period.
They are playing like they got something to prove. Like they want to be at the TD Garden on Sunday. We are set for overtime. Run down the rules one more time. 6 minutes of 5-on-5. If that doesn't solve anything, 6 minutes of 4-on-4, and then a shootout. Teams are ready. Hope you are.
Typically, these end in the first 5 minutes. Right now, I think the better conditioned team, the one that had the good bench management, has their team fresh, is going to be the winner. And right now, I couldn't pick that.
Doctor with a quick push up ice, neutralized by, Cox. Goss off the sideboards, picked up by Graham. Cox, building is a lot quieter to begin overtime. Brown in the slot, crashing in, kick save made of a shot from Baird. Could have been the game winner. Baird still at the far half wall. Megan King has played outstanding tonight as well. Huge scrum along the half wall in the Wellesley attacking end. They will get a break.
Lindsey Brown just sees the ice so well. Creating that opportunity right there was just her creating time and space and being patient.
Doctor fired. It was blocked. Off the skates of Crowell. Up for Graham. Sarah Graham dumps it into the far corner boards. Garfield, the puck in her own end, tries to connect with Noonan, can't do it. Teams are being rather conservative here to begin things, Paul.
Yeah, it's going to be a feeling out process, and you know the nerves are going to set in because the next one that's in is no tomorrow for the next team.
Batted out of the Wellesley defensive end. That is Hickman. Up for Noonan. Noonan able to slow it down. Tries to gain control. Boyle was down there as well for Wellesley. Batted in further by Garfield. Scrum along the near half wall, the Wellesley attacking end. That's Garfield. But she can't do anything with the puck. A cleared attempt. Medfield fans thought the puck was out. I don't think that crossed the blue line.
Referee in real good position to make that call. I think that was onside.
Goss tried to connect with Doctor. After going in, Noonan. Now back is Garfield. Shipping it up, or trying to, into the attacking end. Played by Tersch. Tersch will start things up by herself. Full line change for the Warriors otherwise. 3:49 to go in the extra session. Wellesley at his Doctor. Doctor with some moves through the neutral zone. Tried to dump it in. Knocked down by Crowell. Turned around for Graham and up for Brown. Brown into that near corner. Gets taken down by Goss. No call. 3:25 to go. Alive at the point by Crowell. Graham down in the corner trying to do some dirty work. Wellesley moving up ice. It's Korskinen. Up for Noonan. Noonan in. Noonan in by herself. Noonan the doorstep to the back end. She scores, and the Wellesley Raiders are going to the TD Garden.
Well, it didn't take 5 minutes, but that was an outstanding play by Kylie Noonan. She stayed with it, used great body position, made the move, and deked the goalie and backhand and in the back of the net. Great showing by Mansfield. Nothing to hang their head on this one.
Everything you want out of a hockey game. Everything you want out of a hockey game and then some, Paul. A tip of the cap to the Medfield Warriors. Outstanding season. Their run comes to an end. They gave everything they had, and they went up against perhaps just a slightly stronger Wellesley team. But they were just one shot away from defeating the Raiders. They will now line up to shake hands.
Skylar Flynn, what a game she had tonight to keep the Medfield alive. And on the other side, Megan King really got tested a few good times in this overtime. And boy, what a hockey game and what a credit to both programs.
The Division II women's final is set. It'll be the Wellesley Raiders taking on the Falmouth Clippers Sunday at TD Garden at a time to be determined. We look at the handshake. Wellesley celebrating. Medfield coaches still a little ticked off, and hey, who can blame them?
Well, it's going to be two familiar teams at the Garden next week, Jake. Wellesley and Falmouth. Wellesley came down to Falmouth just 2 weeks ago for the Cape Cod Classic, the girls' classic, and beat Falmouth 4-3.
So there is precedent, perhaps, for what could happen. Got to throw the regular season meetings out the door, but it warrants mentioning, certainly.
A great hockey game.
Medfield, at least one of the coaches, shakes the hands of the officials. All right, Paul.
I'll say this. The referees let them play. They let these girls go toe-to-toe tonight, and it went both ways. And what a hard-fought effort by both teams. Just a great hockey game.
Two great hockey games tonight. Falmouth 6-2 over Burlington. And Wellesley 2-1 in overtime over Medfield. One more time, thank our sponsors. This game is brought to you in part by Jiff Dippers to Go. IBG, Integrated Benefits Group. 103 Local Union, The Advantage. Mortgage Core East. Mohawk Rubber Sales, and the Friends of Wellesley Hockey. One more time, Wellesley 2, Medfield 1 overtime. Paul, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Jake, I enjoyed myself. It was a pleasure being here. Great couple hockey games tonight. And thank you guys and MyHockeyLive for everything that they do and Mark Igo do for high school hockey, both on the girls and boys side.
We'll have to do it again soon. All right. Until next time, Wednesday night, we will be back here for Norwell Watertown on the boys' side. Division III state semifinal. And, of course, thank you to Art Egerton behind the video, per usual. I'm Jake Levin, signing off, MyHockeyLive.com.